When considering to live in Los Angeles, two highly sought after regions often come into focus: the West Side and the South Bay. Each area offers its own unique lifestyle, amenities, and atmosphere, making the decision between the two largely dependent on personal priorities and preferences. The West Side, that consists of areas such as the Pacific Palisades, Santa Monica, Marina del Rey, and Venice, is known for its blend of urban sophistication, luxury living, and proximity to LA's cultural business hubs, while the South Bay, that's comprised of Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, embodies a more relaxed coastal lifestyle with tight-knit communities and picturesque beach towns. Understanding the key differences between these two regions can help you decide which one aligns best with your lifestyle, career goals, and long-term plans. Let's dive into the details of the differences between the West Side of Los Angeles and the South Bay, and what makes each area distinct. And if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Darren Kriz. I have a real estate sales and media team out here. We help clients buy, sell, and invest in property every single day in the greatest city in the world. That is Los Angeles. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions about Los Angeles or any specific neighborhood whatsoever, feel free to reach out down below in the description, but let's get right into this one. So a quick overview of the regions. The West Side, known for its central location. Pretty much everything west of the 405 freeway is considered the West Side. A lot of West Siders that I know say that they won't even venture off onto the east side of the 405 anymore. That's how strict they are being a West Sider. Once you move here, you feel like you could never go back to the east side. Whereas the South Bay has a much different vibe. It's just south of the LAX freeway. You really aren't in the central Los Angeles location. It's gonna be maybe 45 minutes to an hour to get to West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, or more a lot of the time, and includes beach-centric cities such as Manhattan Beach, Hermosa, Redondo, and even all the way down to the Palos Verdes area. You could consider the South Bay, but we're going to talk about mainly the beach cities. But it does offer a completely different vibe than anywhere else that you could live throughout the entire Los Angeles region. Because of the laid-back coastal lifestyle, and you don't get the tourists that Santa Monica or Venice might get, there are a lot of family-friendly neighborhoods as well, and it's a great place to settle down if you don't want to be in the hustle and bustle of all the action going on in the touristy areas. And just the breathtaking ocean views and being right next to the beach, I mean, how could you possibly beat that? So the vibe of the West Side combines the hustle with urban living, but you do get some of those central downtown areas, such as in Culver City, which is right off the 10 freeway and the 405, so you can conveniently commute there and access the rest of town very easily. But there are serene residential areas such as Brentwood or the Pacific Palisades, which are incredible neighborhoods in itself. Probably my two favorite neighborhoods throughout the entire LA County. Is that crazy to say? And then the vibe of the South Bay, as I've said, is very relaxed. Small town vibe, a much slower pace. People aren't initially moving to Manhattan Beach that first get their start in LA if they want to build a career out here. They're going there maybe down the road, down the line, if they want to eventually settle down and want to find a nice community and maybe a different vibe away from the central action of LA. It definitely doesn't feel like the LA vibe that you might be getting. It's a lot more of that Orange County vibe in my opinion. But the social scene still centered around a lot of local eateries, beachside bars, community events. Definitely has much more of an approachable vibe, if you were to say. When it comes to housing in both of these areas, it does range from luxury high-rises in Santa Monica to expensive homes in the Pacific Palisades, ranging over 20 million and even up to 50+ million. The Palisades gets pretty expensive. But don't think you're getting cheap rent or a cheap home down there in Manhattan Beach either. There aren't that many new luxury apartments in Manhattan Beach, as you'll definitely find a lot more if you go north of LAX, let's say maybe in Playa Vista, Culver City, West Los Angeles. You'll find a lot more apartments, so that's why maybe Manhattan Beach could be more expensive to live in a home that isn't that new. But obviously the further inland you go, the less expensive the homes will get, and I will show you a map on Zillow of exactly how much the homes may cost in these certain areas out there. As far as entertainment goes, if you want more entertainment, definitely I would suggest to go to Santa Monica and Venice, which is considered a foodie's paradise. The West Side boasts Michelin star restaurants, trendy cafes, entertainment options like world-class theaters, museums. You've got the Getty Center, and there's tons of nightlife in Santa Monica on Main Street. over on 3rd Street, Venice over on Washington, on Venice. There are tons of restaurants that are always going to be pretty popular. The South Bay offers a more casual vibe, as you can tell from the trend of this video, but the entertainment focus in the South Bay is more on the outdoor activities. There are still a lot of beachside bars that do get very popular, such as Shore Bar, if you know, you know. And there are a lot of community events, so it's a great way to meet people aside from just your typical nightlife scene. So let's take a look at the map here, starting with the west side. You've got Santa Monica, the Pacific Palisades just north, Brentwood, and this is what I would consider the west side, everything west of the 405. Marina del Rey right here, Mar Vista, a lot more of a family-friendly vibe. And also, if you want more information on any of these specific neighborhoods, I've probably done a video on it. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel here. But this is what you're going to be getting. Lots of traffic going east from the beach down to the 10 freeway from 3 p.m. and beyond most days. But just overall, everyone I know that lives on the west side truly considers it home for many, many years, and they don't want to go anywhere else in Los Angeles. And then you go south a bit through Playa Vista, Playa del Rey, which are also very small town feels. Playa Vista, a lot of nice brand new apartments, which actually in Playa Vista, you do get a sense of that Orange County, Irvine area with a lot of newer apartments. And then you have LMU, University, as you get toward LAX. And then LAX is what separates the west side from the South Bay. So once you go south there, then you've got El Segundo, then you've got Manhattan Beach. Also west of the 405 is the South Bay right here. But as you go more inland, it gets a little less expensive. But if you continue to go inland, east of the 405 freeway here on the South Bay, that's when you're going to be getting into the areas that are not the greatest, a lot more crime, a lot more violence. So probably consider avoiding those areas unless you definitely have to move somewhere around Hawthorne or Gardena. But let's keep going south. It goes all the way down to Redondo Beach. You can see how large the South Bay actually goes. Most people that do venture to LA don't even consider checking out the South Bay whatsoever because they've never even heard of this part of town. You look up at where you've got the Rose Venice, which is a very popular restaurant there in Venice, and the South Bay, basically, the west side stretches from the Palisades down here to Marina del Rey, which you can see on the map, and then the South Bay stretches from El Segundo all the way to the Palos Verdes area. So it's actually longer when it comes to mileage along the Strand, along the beach. So there's a lot of room here in the South Bay, but it's all the downtown portions are on the beach on the west side. They each have their own pier, they each have their own vibe and their own style. Let's take a look at the map on Zillow here to show you the just sold in Manhattan Beach. So let's start here. I'm gonna circle Manhattan Beach and just show you right along the beach and Hermosa. I'll put that in here in comparison to what we would be seeing over a little more inland right there. So this is everything within a half mile of the beach, I would say. You would get a $7 million house, 6 bed, 6 bath for 5,600 square feet. So you can see the homes will not have that large of lots. They will pretty much match the lot size and the home size of what they are. But then if you go, you got a $5 million home, 5.3, nice-ish, newer home. I'm not saying brand new construction, but take a look at that, 3,100. That's almost 2,000 a square foot. And just look at all these prices here on the right side. Definitely pricey, and this is not sorted in any specific order. These are just what the homes are going to be going for. So this is not the cheapest area to live. You've got a 1 bed, 1.8. Here's 1,000 square foot, but that's going to be in a condo. So that's what you'd be expecting. If you want to walk to the beach every day, it's not going to be the cheapest place to live. Let me remove that and now show you just a little bit of what the South Bay homes are looking like inland. A little cheaper. You'd be getting closer to 1,000 a foot in single family homes such as this one, which looks very nice, very contemporary style of a home. Just sold actually today as I'm recording this video, which is interesting. Very cool home, 1,000 a foot, actually under 1,000 a foot for 5 beds, 5 baths, and that would be still in a decent area on 19th, but mind you, when you do move to these areas, you can't just buy a home sight unseen, especially in Los Angeles. That's very risky, even though a lot of our clients do that, which is pretty crazy. But I would see what the home looks like during the day, at night, just see the area, because when you're in one specific intersection, one specific street could be completely night and day from another one just down the block. So you don't really know what you're getting into unless you talk to the neighbors, ask around, or know the area to a T, or ask someone who knows the area, such as myself or anyone else on our team. We can guide you in the right direction. But take a look. There are a lot of very cool looking homes in the Manhattan Beach area. I'm a big fan, and this also stretches down into Hermosa and Redondo, as you can see here. This is also Redondo, 4-bed, 3-bath for almost $2 million. But good yard, solid single-story home as well. That's what we're getting when it comes to homes in that area. Let's go north, because you guys probably want to see some of the west side. Even though the west side is massive, let's just show you a bit of what you can get. $1.7 million, 2,500 square foot home in Venice, but that's not the nicest looking home, I'd say, but still, it's cheaper per square foot in this area than it would be down in the South Bay, and that's because you do go a little bit more inland. So you can see how expensive it is to live near the beach. I don't care what beach you're on here in California, the closer you are to the beach, the more expensive it will be, which is crazy. But that's why a lot of people like the west side, because you still can be just 2 miles away from Santa Monica and paying a little bit less, being in the heart of all the action, splitting time between maybe Beverly Hills, Culver City, going to the Valley conveniently. There's just so many different options of what you would be able to do and what you can do out here on the west side. But here's a nicely priced home, about $1,000 a foot in Venice, right there. 4 beds, 4 baths. Let me know what you guys think about the South Bay and the west side. Personally, in my opinion, the west side is more for a younger crowd that would typically be starting their careers or doing everything they'd want to do when they first venture out into the Los Angeles area, because there are just so many different places to experience and explore, so many different niches, so many different cities, so many different cultures to experience for yourself and figure out what you like, figure out your personal community. And in the South Bay, maybe you can move along to the South Bay, upgrade to a different home closer to the beach, and get more of that older family lifestyle. It's a place to settle down and retire. There are a lot more millennials that come to us and ask us about specific neighborhoods, maybe in the Del Rey area, Playa Vista, to buy a condo, than they were if they were to come to us and ask for something in the Manhattan Beach or the Hermosa Beach area. Even though Hermosa is also a younger demographic, a younger crowd, because of all the bars that you see there right along the Hermosa Pier. But Manhattan Beach, you're gonna see a more upscale environment, a lot of nicer restaurants during the day. On the weekends, there are a lot more of retirees and elderly, not an elderly demographic, don't wanna put them in that category, but it's just a big mix of people. In conclusion, I wouldn't rank one above the other. They are both completely different, and that's why I think I absolutely love Los Angeles, because there are so many different pockets. You can reinvent yourself every year if you'd want to. If you're having a bad time over in Burbank, move all the way to Malibu maybe and try a completely different experience. Obviously, depending on your career or the work that you want to get into, the life that you want to have, the environment you want to be surrounded by. Try out Silver Lake on the east side. Try out downtown even for a day. Try out Hollywood, who knows? You don't know what you're into until you actually try it for yourself and experience it. That's the beauty of Los Angeles. That's the beauty of life. But let me know what your favorite neighborhood is, either on the west side or the South Bay, and which one you would personally prefer, or if you lived in any of these areas as well throughout your life, or if you're considering moving to any one of these. My sales team and I can help guide you in the right direction. Again, my name is Darren Kriz. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Neighborhood tours, house tours, and a lot more coming in the future. 2025 is going to be a fantastic year, guys. Appreciate you for watching. Once again, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.